Hello, welcome to Real Talk Bible Study with Dr. Irie. I want to keep it short, so let's get into the text. In James chapter 1, the writer says this. James chapter 1, verse 2. My brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of any kind, consider it nothing but joy, because you know that the testing of your faith produces endurance. And let endurance have its full effect, so that you may be mature and complete, lacking in nothing. Verse 5 says, if any of you is lacking in wisdom, ask God, who gives to all generously and ungrudgingly, and it will be given to you. I want to re-emphasize verse 2. Whenever you face trials of any kind, consider it nothing but joy, because you know that the testing of your faith produces endurance. Consider it pure joy, because the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Here's what I learned from studying this passage that I have read for many, many years. Recently, I got a new revelation about this passage. Trials test our faith. Trials test our faith. Notice what I did not say. I did not say that God uses trials to test our faith. That's not what I said. I said trials test our faith. You know, life happens to everybody. We have challenges, we have ups and downs, we have traumatic events that happen in our lives. That's the human condition. Things happen. Ish happens, right? It does. God does not make things happen in order to test our faith. Why does God need to do that? Right? Why does God need to do anything to test our faith? Why would God need to cause a child to be molested to test their faith? Why would God need to have someone die in a car accident in order to test the faith of a survivor? Things happen, life happens, but when these trials come to us, and they always will, our faith is tested. It is the trial that tests our faith. And what James is telling his audience is that when you go through the trial, or James uses the word face, whenever you face, in other words, you're looking at the trial straight in the face. You're not in denial about it. You're not running from it. You're not trying to avoid the trial that's already there. You're not pretending it doesn't exist, right? But when you face the trial, when you deal with it, when you endure the trial, something will be produced in you. What will be produced in you is maturity. It's whatever that trial was that you are enduring, whatever it was, your faith will be strengthened in that area. Now that's some good news. I don't know what you're going through right now, but if you endure that trial, if you persevere, and here's the good news, God will send people to walk alongside of you to help you endure the trial. But sometimes, here's what we do. Because the pain from the trial can be so overwhelming, many of us seek solutions to silence the sounds of our pain. Yeah, we do. We quit too soon. We hurt those who hurt us. We drink, smoke, inject, and sniff ourselves numb. We shop, sex, and steal in search of pleasurable sensations that will anesthetize our emotions, all in an effort to avoid the pain of the trial that we're going through. But James says to endure. And he says that when we endure, something will happen. Something will happen on the inside. And here's what I've discovered, beloved. I've discovered that trials show us who we really are. Not who we pretend to be, not who we want everybody else to think we are, but trials reveal who we really are. The trials reveal what we really believe about relationships, what we really believe about love, what we really believe about justice, about mercy. Trials show you who you are. Trials show me who I am. That's why some folk try to sidestep trials, because they really don't want to face who they really are. You know why? Because they have not learned to embrace the good, the bad, and the ugly about themselves. That's right. We've all got some good, bad, and ugly about ourselves. None of us are perfect. None of us have completely arrived. None of us will escape this life without making mistakes, without making and having some mishaps in our lives. But here's the good news. God loves us, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Do you know that God created us in God's own image, but we are not God, which means we got some flaws, which means God got some work to do within us. Isn't that a wonderful thing that God is still working in us, because God embraces us, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and God is working to transform us from the inside out. And so when we endure those trials that test our faith, when we endure, the fruit that will come after that will be incredible. We will be more like Christ in whatever that area is. So thank you, beloved, for tuning in tonight to Real Talk Bible Study with Dr. Irie. And just know that God loves you, flaws and all. God loves you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And God is in your corner. Love you. Peace. Real Talk with Dr. Irie.